entertaining, it is so inspiring and so educative. It is God's own television, TV station that changes sinners, TV station for the oppressed, TV station for the hopeless. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, station uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining, it is so inspiring and so educative. It is God's own television, TV station that changes sinners, TV station for the oppressed, TV station for the hopeless. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, station uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining, it is so inspiring and so educative. It is God's own television, TV station that changes sinners, TV station for the oppressed, TV station for the hopeless. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, station uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining, it is so inspiring and so educative. It is God's own television, TV station that changes sinners, TV station for the oppressed, TV station for the hopeless. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, station uniting in the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring. Not the most inspiring religious TV.
Star Cross Television.
The BCS Star Cross Television presents the first BCS International Film Festival featuring short films, documentaries, and musical videos to mark the 10th anniversary celebration of Star Cross Television. There shall be beautiful prizes for the 3 best films and consolation prizes for participants. All films and documentaries should be based on BCS philosophy and moral values. Date for submission of all films for assessment is on the 25th day of May 2023. Interested producers should contact management of Star Cross Television through PCS Print Ndifon on +234 9065 776762. Announcer Petra Kraishepet Ogar Osim, General Manager Star Cross Television.
Watching.
Not on TV. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. It is God's own television, TV station that changes sinners. TV station.
It's a beautiful Friday morning right here in the beautiful city of Calabar. How is the morning going out there? Remember, today is the 26th day in the month of May 2023. So far, I would like to say that we have spent like 146 days, out of the 365 days we have so far in the year 2023. So I hope you're looking great. You're doing wonderfully well. Yes. Good morning to you once again, and thank you so much for joining me on this week's episode of the Morning Star Breakfast Show, brought to you by Star Cross TV. I am Peace Smith, and of course, I can never be here alone because I'm not good at talking all the time. So I would always have the beautiful and the handsome and the unique one right here with me. But today I think we have the authentic Ruth, aka authentic Ruth, but she's by the name Ruth Obu, and she's looking so beautiful. How are you doing, sister?
I'm fine. Good morning to you. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Morning Star Breakfast Show. I hope you had a beautiful night rest, and I hope you woke up at the right side of your bed. I hope you have great plans for today. Even though it is a weekend, I hope you make good use of your weekend. Make it fruitful, and be excited in the coming week.
Talking about waking up from the right side of the bed, because I always hear people say that. What does that really mean? Because when someone gets angry, it's like, I know you woke up from the wrong side of the bed. Like, obviously, I'm not the one you saw in your dream. But now, looking at when someone says, I hope you woke up from the right side of the bed. So what can you say about that?
I feel sometimes you wake up feeling all excited, as if you've won a jackpot or somebody has promised you heaven and earth. So you wake up in the morning feeling all excited. Sometimes you wake up feeling so moody, you don't want to talk to anybody, you want to just isolate yourself. It feels like you actually had a misunderstanding with somebody in the dream. So I feel that is what it meant by
waking up from the right side of the bed. Okay.
Waking up from the right or wrong side.
Okay.
And I feel like it happens to a lot of people. All of us have in a way experienced it. I have experienced it. Sometimes I wake up all excited. Sometimes I wake up feeling very moody. You don't want to associate that
like
day.
You just feel like seeing yourselves entering into that mood swing where nothing is making sense at that morning or something.
Exactly. Sometimes it could be sometimes I feel like it's about the activity of that day. Maybe you had already planned and you just can't believe that the day is already here, and maybe you're still feeling tensed, and you feel like the day should be prolonged a bit so that you get yourself together. I feel like that's another thing that makes some people wake up, feeling tensed, feeling moody.
And
like
they're gonna be like also.
Exactly. And in most cases, these things don't even happen. They happen to be mirage, when the day finally comes, when you find yourself doing what you've planned for maybe the whole week or months or years, you realize that it's just but a mirage. There's really nothing there. You were just the one, giving it all like big names, making it look all bogus, and then also intimidating yourself in the process. Making yourself feel so scared about facing that day.
Yes. I know a lot of people actually have that problem. Yeah, you just wake up and you feel like, oh, how is today's gonna be like? Especially maybe you're having a job interview, or perhaps you have this particular project you are supposed to accomplish, and you're like, it's already 3 days or 4 days or 5 days you have not been able to accomplish that particular purpose. And let's just say on a Friday morning like this, already the week has run out, and you're like feeling so bad, but this us telling you that there is no need feeling so bad. You have to always stay calm and wake up from the right side of the bed, because you don't know what the next minute can be. Just know, okay, I didn't even land. Hello, good morning.
Hello, yeah, good morning.
Good morning to you. Please, what's your name and where are you calling us from?
Calling from US.
Oh, okay. Please go on.
Yeah, this brother Paul.
Oh, good to have you this morning, Brother Paul. Okay.
No, Paul, DOI.
Okay, boy.
I need
Can you hear us?
I want you. I am calling for prayer.
Oh, okay. But right now, there is no prayer line going on. So you just have to call in on Thursday by 7 p.m.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Brother Boy or Brother Paul. Boy. Thank you so much. Okay. So like I was saying, that you have to always stay calm and give glory to God Almighty, because knowing fully well that everything, He is the architect of everything. Nothing is in your hands. If He says that project you have to complete it this week, you will. But if He's seeing, days far from maybe the days you expected, just know that there is a reason, but for that being the way it is. Okay, so Sister Rose, I would also want to because you have been pondering on this fact that males are not men in the kingdom. They're not always like going out for meeting and all of that. And so far this week is their 65th anniversary. They have been celebrating, yes, and I must say that it has really been a glorious one, starting from the flag off, the itinerary activities that they had so far. I don't know if you can talk about anyone.
Yeah, I am not a man. I'm not in that fellowship, but yeah, I'm on social media, so I have been seeing their activities online, and I must confess they are really doing, perfectly well. I have seen a couple of pictures of them visiting the royal family and gifting them. Then I also saw a picture of them visiting the 144,000 virgins. I don't know if they also visited Holy Mother Elizabeth Redeem Home. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm speaking from I haven't seen their program.
But would you say that the men has really done something? Because I know we were here trying to tell them that they need to show us that this 65th is really worth celebrating. And so far, looking at the activities, can you say that they're really, put in their efforts and best to make sure that this 65th anniversary is worth, celebrating?
Yeah, I feel like the men won't just come out, and do their flag off if they didn't have plans for it. If they didn't plan towards it. And I feel like they started planning like many months ago, to arrive at where they are today. So I feel like, they have made a lot of plans, put in a lot of effort, to ensure that they have a successful week. I haven't seen, like I said, I haven't seen their program.
Were you there during the flag off?
I was there.
Okay, so how was the turnout of men? I wish Brother Eric is here, because last week we were talking about debating on how their flag off or this week's activity is gonna be like.
Yeah, they actually came out. But I was expecting that the hall will be filled to the brim.
Why will you always be expecting?
No, you have to expect now.
Okay.
That was their flag off. But you know why I'm not really going to say that much?
Okay.
Because I'm anticipating their grand finale. I feel like the new real men will be coming in from today. Today is Friday, right?
Yeah.
So they will be coming in today, tomorrow.
Today,
I'm sure
yesterday also.
Today, most of them will be coming in today. I'm
Okay.
sure most of them also came. Some came in yesterday. Some will be coming in today. So I'm looking at Saturday, Sunday. I'm pretty sure that we'll have. In fact, there will be no space for the Diamond Daughters.
Okay.
I believe. But talking about their flag off, yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. I really loved their T-shirt. I really loved the design. Was fabulous. I don't know who came up with that, but it was really wonderful. But also, Diamond Daughters are very, very, supportive. They also went out,
In
danced
their
with
numbers.
because
They once said behind a successful man is a woman behind. I don't know if
except
there's anybody
from
that's going to debunk that.
except you do not have a father, or you don't have a brother, or you don't have any male in your life, like in form of father, brother, husband,
Or uncle.
uncle, or any friend. I really love what the sisters did. They went and also supported the men. They did well. I actually went there because it was, in fact, it was flag off, so I needed to be there and also to see for myself, because I've always been here, talking about the new real men, and I needed to go and see it for myself. But they did well. I'm looking out for them I want to see what they have for us this week, and I'm sure they did a whole lot, but I only saw that few online. Which is why I'm just talking about the few I saw online. I don't know, maybe there are other things.
Okay, I must really, really applaud the women, because it is said that we are all winning, we are better together, we're always having to back up the men, because definitely the men would always back up the women. I know there's this program, they said, Operation Support to the Women. I don't know how, Women's Initiative, I don't know how far they've gone with that, whether it's going to be done during the grand finale or something, but I know they're really, really cooking up something great, that you would want to,
Oh, I just remembered something.
okay.
I think they also visited
the Holy
Trumpets.
Okay.
Trumpets, yeah. I also saw a picture of them in the new building, Trumpets building. Yeah.
I must say the men really use this period to do a lot of things. Someone like Sister Ru, we need her in everything so that she will always be, encouraging, because I see that as a form of encouragement.
Yeah.
What you did on set.
Always, I also forgot to mention, I saw these brothers, I don't know, I feel like they came in from another state because I haven't been seeing those faces.
Okay.
They
At all in the kingdom or during programs.
I don't see them regular. They are not
Okay.
regular faces, so I feel like they came in from another state. They really did well. I feel like they rehearsed the dance step because my eyes, in fact, everybody's eyes were just on them. They really did well. They danced like the people from Bayelsa.
Yeah.
They were
They're really, really good dancers.
They were so
Bayelsa
flexible,
people.
I must say. They were so flexible. I just couldn't, take my eyes off them. I was watching them like, I was so distracted. I was, turning and looking at them. And at some point, if I feel pains, okay, I'll start looking at them on the screen, the big screen.
Okay.
They really did well. It's like they all rehearse, because once one person brings out the step, the rest will join. I feel like it's they rehearsed or something.
Yeah.
They really did very, very well.
And now I can
and
remember.
the energy was high.
High, yeah.
The energy, the men now, it's all about energy.
Yeah.
So the energy was so high that day. I really loved it.
Now, talking about the dancers, I know, was it last year during the men's 64th anniversary when they had a dance dance pass? I think those two guys, they also danced
Last year anniversary.
Yes, if I'm wrong, New Real Men. I think because there was once there's this particular dance pass that the men handled, and I think those particular two guys or brethren, they really, really did well. So I think they should be either Bayelsa or Rivers State between those two.
I'm thinking they came from Delta.
Delta.
Delta. I'm thinking they came from Delta or Bayelsa. Those are the two states I know can, really shake their body. They were so flexible.
Okay.
I mean, I can't even try them. I cannot dance like them.
But man, the value of a man is really, really, really important.
Yeah.
Whether you're talking about in a family setting, in church, in a society, even in an organization, or maybe in a little group where 2 or 3 people are, you always know that a man is there, especially when it comes to the word new real men.
And also when
So,
it comes to raising a child, yeah,
yes,
you
yes, I
actually
was
need-
even coming to that
Okay,
point.
go on.
So you would always see the importance of a man being in that place, the presence of a man. So let's look at a man in terms of bringing up a child, because I once had an interactive section with someone where we were like between the man and the woman, but right now we'll be concentrating on the man. So they were like,
Since
who
it
is
is,
the men's
real
week?
men's week.
So it was like, who is responsible for the upbringing of the child? So a lot of question, or the is more spotted out when it comes to the moral upbringing of the child, because you know, a man, like we once said here on set here, the man, all he has to do is, you know, going to work, going out to bring in money, and that's it, and all of that. But a woman, sometimes you see her always in the house. If the child goes astray, oh, you are the product of the wrong mother. You know, if the child is in good conduct, oh, you're a product of a good father, and all of that. So what can you say when it comes to the presence of a man or a father in the life of a child?
Okay, I feel like the importance of a man in raising up a child cannot be
Okay.
overemphasized. Yeah, so they really play a very vital role in raising a child. It's no doubt that there is no doubt in saying no, that's not how I intend to put it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's important for you to raise your child, because you know, they stay with the child 24/7. In fact, I can say with my full
Chest.
that yes,
Okay.
a woman plays like up to 90% role in a child's life, because right from the time you take in, you communicate with that child. I know also the child also communicates with his or her dad.
Okay.
Yeah, they communicate. But I think that the woman takes, carries the baby, communicates, gives birth, and also communicate via breastfeeding. You know, so I feel like they do 90%, but a man is also needed, aside from going out there to hustle and bring back money for
The family.
For the family, you know, take care of the family. They also play an important role. For example, if you have a child that is, you know, that needs a strong hand, this is Nigeria, some children actually need strong hand, and you know, this child is not, the dad is not always in the house, but the few times the dad spends in the house, you know, has this impact.
Okay.
You know, so I feel like you doing something as a child and your mom telling you, okay, you don't want to change, when your dad comes back, I will report you to him. And you knowing that, oh, he doesn't spend that much time, but the few times he has spent in the house, you have felt his impact. Maybe you see the way he does his things, and maybe when he do something, he scolds you, or maybe get something, like it takes you out, it does other things, and maybe your mom is now using that as a yardstick. Okay, I'm going to report, if I tell this to your dad, he's not going to go, it's not taking you to children's
cream
park
shop.
again.
Okay.
It's not going to get you this. I remember telling daddy to buy you this. I'll tell him don't buy. Junior is a naughty boy, you know. Junior is doing this, so you'll not get it again. And you see the child will sit up like, oh, if mommy tells this to my dad is going to get really angry with me, and I will not be having toys this weekend, so I better sit up. You know, that's another thing. Men really play a huge role, and in also advising.
Okay.
You know, so men really advise and also spend some quality time with their kids. But I think the word advice is great here. You know, sometimes the mothers will be so close to the child that sometimes when they talk, the child will not hear. But the few times the father spends with the child, this child, like, is so priceless to them. I have noticed that it is so priceless. Whatever you tell them, they listen, they sit and listen. Plus, if you promise them to buy them maybe sweet or a toy, they listen and they pay. Like, anything you ask them to do, they will do. Tell them, look, Junior, don't do this. Look, Junior, I want you to do this. They will do it. So I feel like they also play
So
a
can you
very vital
say,
role.
can you say, because sometimes children are more scared, like you just said, they have this fear of like dad, more than their mom. When once dad is around, the way the child will behave, like Junior was so stubborn, but now dad is in the house. You see Junior sitting one place, behaving himself, and all of that. And I'm like, what is always? I know I'm also like a customer. I think so. Because definitely if your dad is around, you're not there. So I don't know this spirit that revolves around this fatherhood that we as children.
That's because they don't have, a mother would shout and sometimes would promise to beat a child, and then later will not beat that
Not
child.
my mom.
No,
not my mom.
I'm explaining something. I'm explaining
Okay.
something. And
Okay.
also, if a mother wants to beat his or her child, will beat and be thinking of the day she gave birth, and be thinking of the pains she went through, and probably be also thinking about the things that child has been through since the child came to the world,
Okay.
and will know the pressure she's mounting on the child. You get, like, if was going to raise her hand like 180, if she will bring it down, reduce it maybe to 60.
Okay.
You get.
So
But
are you
a
saying
father-
that a father will raise the hand
This
to
is
even
Nigeria,
200?
Exactly.
Or
When
okay.
some fathers, when they are angry, they beat. They beat. This is Nigeria. They beat, like the way they will beat you. They don't even beat you all the time.
Okay.
You get. Some fathers will not even touch you. In 6 months, they will not even touch you. But the very day they lay their hands, you will remember it even in the coming years. You will never forget it.
I
feel
can
like-
remember the last time my daddy beat me. I cried to you.
I feel like that's the reason why fathers are being really feared and respected.
Okay.
That when they tell you don't do this, you don't do it, and when they show you their angry face, you tremble as a kid,
Yeah.
because you know that if he changes his mind and decides to grab a cane, there's nothing that will make him change his mind. But you see, some mothers will get so angry to the point of grabbing a cane,
Yeah.
and would in the end not even touch you. They will hold that cane there, talk. If you do it again, I will also wipe you. I will wipe you. I can even wipe your sense off. In the end, they will not even beat you. You get, because they will remember, okay, this child was having headache in the morning. I'm talking about Nigerian moms,
My parents.
Nigerian moms, this child is having headache, and if I beat her too much or him too much, it will still fall back at me. I'll still be the one to cry and maybe don't sleep in the night, and also rush the child to the hospital. You think about all those things. You are with the child the whole time, especially if you are a housewife or you just give birth to a new, maybe you're having your own leave. You know everything about your child. So even if you want to beat you, it will be in moderation. But fathers don't think that way.
Okay.
Number one, they didn't carry the child. Even though I know they spent most of the money, but they didn't carry the child. But a mother, knowing what she went through, the pains she endured, everything, would know how to beat a child. But some parents, some mothers, I won't lie to you, in some families, some children, fear their mothers more than their dad. Because, and even in my own house, like all of us, like we, when you have a mom that is like, oh God, like you fear her. When she tells you don't do this, when she talks, it's as if she's roaring like, you'll not even allow her to talk twice, because you already know
what
her
is
capability.
coming up.
Exactly. Meanwhile, in
up
some
next.
houses, it's the father they fear. But in some houses, the dad don't even lay hands. They advise. In some families, I have seen that some children fear the mothers more than the dad, while in some homes, they fear the dad, more than the
So
mother.
can you say that the family that the children fear, the dad fear the mom more than the dad? Are you saying that the man is not living up to his
He
expectations?
is living up to
Okay,
expectations.
but so
He is-
why is that lapse is there? Like
I feel like he is living up to expectation, but I also feel like the lady there, or the woman there, is the great disciplinarian
there.
that wouldn't
Okay.
want to take shit for an answer. Oh, sorry for using that word. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
That wouldn't, a no nonsense woman. A no nonsense woman. You don't want to take no nonsense. Like nobody.
You
don't
don't
even
like
want,
recalcitrant behaviors or something.
Exactly. You're not ready to take any like, I want you to do this, and when it is time you don't do it, you come explain yourself, and maybe with hard labor you know,
Yeah.
with hard labor.
Yeah.
And according to my mom would always say, I'm not training you to sell you later. You get, I'm not training, you are not a commodity. You have to
Okay.
behave like, like
You have to behave
a child,
like
a child, like
Yeah.
you have to behave as if you actually came from a home,
Mm.
right? And she's not going to sell you later, like something she's, like, you know how you take care of something to sell later, like for those that are into all this farming, fish farming and the rest, you know, you grow a particular life so you can sell it. She will tell you, I'm not training you to sell you
Okay.
later, you know.
Okay.
You know, so you have to behave yourself until when you are ripe, you get
So,
ahead. You can go out and maybe to your husband's house or something.
okay, because when you're talking about the husband's house, I would love to go in there but I'll have to leave that for now. So let's look at more, because you just talked about discipline. That the father mostly, the image of the father is known to be one of a disciplinarian, yes. But let's look at morality, moral conduct.
I think we have a message here.
Okay,
Maybe to
please.
read it out before we proceed. From Gladys Onyabo. She's saying the roles of a man in the roles of a man in the moral upbringing of a child is of great importance. The presence of a man in the home has far more great impact in the area of discipline and conduct. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, sure.
You're right, but I'm not even disputing that fact in any way, because also in a lot of families I have seen that even the men, like my dad won't even, like, he's not this type that will beat that much, you know. He doesn't raise his hand that much, but when he talks, you find out that you're already trembling. You're already shaking.
And
You
another
get-
thing is
you
sometimes
get- because he will
okay.
give you the advice, don't do this again, and the eye he will look at you, if you do it again,
You know what's coming
If
up
you-
next.
seriously, because the few times maybe he has raised his hand, you can't still, you know, get over it.
Get over
And this is him telling you, if you do it again, I am not going to repeat myself. Are you listening to me? Are you listening to me? Open your ears
The
very
eyes
well.
is already sending
Open
the
your
message.
ears very well. Hold your ears. I
Eh.
will not repeat. You know, that's him, you know, giving you the advice you
Advice,
need. He will not, like, you know,
Can
know,
you constantly and all of that? Okay.
Exactly. So I'm not even disputing the fact that their roles in families are really, really important. You had something to say.
Yes, because when you're talking about, sometimes they feel that before a father would now think of raising his hands on the child, maybe the child has, you know, perhaps a consistent behavior or incessant behavior where the child keeps doing this thing and the mom is shouting, but the child keeps doing. Before that's when you start seeing the father react, and then we know that there's somebody they missed. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about, or I wanted to talk about the moral aspect of a child upbringing, because you now talked about disciplinarian. I know, can you say that the presence of a father in the child's life determines the moral value of that child?
Yeah, in most cases I would say the presence of a father in that home, but let us also look at some homes where
Not forgetting, I once ventured into a congregation of women during, I can't remember the year, but it was the Women's Fellowship right here that had that convention where they said the woman is responsible for the moral upbringing of the child, you know. So what can you say? The presence of the father or a father figure in the child's life, does that also determines the moral attitude of that child?
Yeah, it does. And before I dive into your
Okay.
question, I'd like to say this, that in fact, I was born to hear that when a child is doing good, he or she looks like it took after his dad.
That, okay.
And then when the child
That's
is
African
going
society,
astray-
right?
Yeah, when the child is going astray, is like
The mom. Okay.
The mom. But that is very wrong. That is very wrong to say. I also know that there are some parents who don't, you know, put in or teach their children the right way to live. But a lot of parents are doing the most. They are doing the most, knowing fully well that if that child goes astray or does things that are not right, the child becomes a menace, not just to you and your family, but
Okay.
to the entire society, to the country, and would maybe in the end land him or her in a very bad place, maybe death or something, or prison. Now, a man has a great role to play, no doubt. But how about some families who don't have fathers. They don't have fathers. They are being raised by their single mothers, and they are doing perfectly well. Would you say that there was a man there, grooming this child into becoming a good person to the society?
That's food for thought.
So in those a case like that, I feel like it's a mother. Mothers also play important roles. Like as a single mother, you turn to your right, turn to your left, nobody to advise your child. You would wake up and play the dad. You have to play two cards at the same time. Play like a dad and also play like
a mom.
Just to ensure that your child grows up in the way of the Lord, and also be of great importance to the society. So I feel like it is not only when a man is there. I know this is Men's Week, but we are not going to try to sugarcoat anything. I know we're supposed to be talking in your favor. Meanwhile, happy 65th anniversary to all the new real men watching us, and those also here to celebrate their 65th anniversary. So men also play important role, no doubt. When there is a man in the house, you also see that there will be a change, and probably the woman, the mother, would also have a time to rest. But where there is no man, maybe the man is late or something, God called the man to rest, eternal rest. You see that the woman is working tirelessly, because they say if you snooze, you lose. If you ever want to relax and say, okay, this child is grown up already, he or she can make a decision by themselves, you are wrong. If you're watching and you're a single mother, you are wrong, because that little time you're giving to that child, by the time you realize what that child has made out of that little time, especially a child that is going out to associate with other children, you would regret it. You would regret it, and you wish you never gave that child that chance. It is okay to allow a child to make decision, but I feel like you should also at some point be a part of that decision.
Child, okay.
Yeah, that is by you being your child's best friend, so that the child will be free enough to tell you, Mom, I've decided, Dad, I've decided, this is what I want to do. And so you, as the dad or the mom that has had a lot of experiences in life already, you are in the right place to tell the child, okay, proceed, this is actually good, or do not do this. I have been there before, and this is how it landed me. I wouldn't want you to go through this also. So please, leave already. Do not take that road. Do not take that road. But if you are there as a mother, and you're just like, I cannot do more than this, so I can't do more than this. Even our Lord Jesus, some parents will be like, well, Lord Jesus Christ did not do more
than that.
I cannot do, all those stuffs. Your child will become a menace. So if you're a single mother, please, at all points, every stage of your child's life, be there. And you are doing really good. I won't even lie, because if there is a man in the family, the child would have options. The child would have option. What do I mean by having option? Like, the child would want to spill his or her secret to either of them.
It's true.
And also know that this secret they are not really secret. If you tell it to your dad will tell it to your mom. They will help you keep it for you. If you're telling it to your mom will also tell it
to your dad.
So they keep it for you, And since you as a child have decided to trust in one of them, either of them, sorry. The other one now will come and tell, if you're telling it to your dad, the mother maybe having an idea would now, advise, please tell him this, tell him to do this, and in turn will come back to you as an advice you get. So it's okay for a man to be there. I mean, they play a great role. The child, if you are coming from a family of 5 girls and 1 boy, you know what that means. The boy would automatically be
the dad,
dad's best friend, paddy, everything. So there will be no secret, and the man would really, make him grow in the way he likes, because he goes out with him every time. He does everything. They do everything together.
Okay, that's a very beautiful one. I must say, the figure of a man, it symbolizes authority. That's it for me. Because I can remember one day where I went for was it called choir practice. So the choir practice extended like to a particular time, which was late, that I was not supposed to like stay to that point. And I was like, I saw my mom coming to the bedside, and I was like, why are you leaving the house and coming out by this time, like to the bedside? And my mom was like, your dad said I should come and pick you. So do you know what that means? And it was like, if you don't go and pick her or know where she is, don't come back to the house. And that's authority. When that is talking, everyone has to obey. So the value of a man, yes, the importance of a man, the role of a man in the family or when it comes to child upbringing cannot be overemphasized, because you know what that means. The mother has her own role to play. So is the father. So when you say the father does not have a role to play, that the woman is, only responsible for the upbringing of the child, I don't know, there should be some lapses there, but of course there is, because each has their own particular and divine role to play, because Father or the Holy Father placed them there for a purpose. So if the man is there, that the authority would always be there. Every street, someone once said the men, whenever they appear, they're like eagle. They're there to make things right and go back.
Yeah, they don't even have much time to waste. Like for example, I have attended a men's meeting, men's fellowship meeting.
Okay.
They don't even delay in their meetings, because they go right to they hit the nail on the head. And then but we sisters will deliberate, argue. In the end, you close very late. Let us also look at choir practices.
Okay.
Imagine a choir practice without a man in it. Like
okay.
How would it sound?
But when you're saying imagine, the women once had a choir practice and where there was no man, and the woman was singing the bass, a woman was singing tenor, and it was flowing.
It was flowing, but that's like a cappella kind of women's fellowship. I'm talking about general fellowship.
Okay.
Yeah, without the brothers, it will look somehow. Yeah, you need brothers to sing the bass. You cannot even
compete with that.
Okay. You can't compare the woman's bass to the man's bass. They are incomparable. No matter what, they are incomparable. So the men always do the most. They hit like their own bass is like you're actually playing drum. Yeah, they also chant songs.
Okay.
They do a whole lot, and I'm giving it to them. They are really doing the most.
Okay.
And also, if you are in a home and you need somebody to maybe help you lift something very hard or very heavy, you need a man there to help you. It's at that point that you realize that actually you need a man in that house. For example, maybe you got a new gin, you can't lift it, or you got a new refrigerator,
you can,
or you got like all these heavy things.
So you now accept the value of a man in the house.
Seriously, men have value. Men are the head in every family. They have the men there as the head. And even when, for example, now you're getting married, your dad is not like, for example, you are the eldest in your family, but you have a junior brother that is 6, or a junior brother that is 17, 18 years old. Do you know when you're getting married that your sister that is of the same age with you, or your sister that is older, a sister that is older than you, or maybe the same age with you, will not stand in as a dad.
Of course.
That younger brother of yours, the one
can
that
play the role.
He's going to stay there as a dad. That is another
important.
Yeah, and if it's not there, you definitely get uncle or somebody else, to come stand in as your dad. You won't bring in a sister because there is no male. You have to look for him. There should be a father figure. You get, so I'm saying all this.
I must accept that with that fact, Okay.
Yeah, men's role in the society cannot be, overemphasized. Also, you go to maybe choir practice or something, and you're going back home in the night. You will need somebody. You will need a man to accompany you back to your house for safety.
Yeah.
Even if you have a lot of sisters, and you have just one brother there, saying, agreeing to walk you back to your house.
You feel confident,
Like you have seen somebody that can actually exchange blow with blow.
Even when you're not sure that the person is strong enough or something.
Yeah, like when there is a man, then you'll be like, okay, I'm okay like this, because if something happens, this person can actually exchange blow. But if you're going there with other sisters, you only exchange words.
Do you know that there's a woman that can be as strong as a man?
Yeah, I have seen.
Okay.
Woman.
So when you're talking, you need to look at.
These women are rare. I have seen one.